I recently found out about this site. Now, I don't know if anybody's heard of this. TalkToTransformer.com.
What?
Okay,
I have not.
I'm gonna read you the just the description about this thing. So basically, what this says is you put in a custom prompt, and then it will just complete the text.
Here we go!
Okay, this is a story of how I got my life flipped up, turned upside down, and fast-forwarded 2 decades. I took a job as an assistant professor at a university of San Francisco. I was married with 2 kids and moved in with my parents. I was excited about this opportunity to advance my own research and get help with my research. When I walked into the department, I found myself walking past 3 married men who were still dating their PhD students. The weight of responsibility was weighing down on all of us. My confidence was at an all-time low, as were my own and my family's. After being gone for so long, it was hard for me to convince myself that it was my time to succeed, and it goes on.
Interesting. Alright. Do not come upstairs until I tell you. They also reported sudden and inexplicable violent outbursts, verbal abuse and rage, screaming, verbal abuse, and harassment. The girls, ages 13 to 17, reportedly told CBC's Doocebo what occurred. He was just telling us that we needed to listen to what he was telling us because he had this big sign and he said to us, "You have to listen to what we say." She had one bad look and said, "Yeah, I have to go." The friend told the news outlet. She immediately told us, "I'm leaving." Both girls immediately called police and attempted to hide in a local school. Authorities.
What? What?
News
He was
report.
just telling us that we needed to listen to what he was telling us because he had this big sign and he said to us, "You have to listen to what we say."
Yeah. But then he said,
Oh man.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to go.
what I'm trying to figure out who is this Doocebo? Like, is
Doocebo.
this somebody's name?
Tell Doocebo.
Doocebo.
Is that like Mendoza?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mendoza! What the heck is Doocebo? They like to tell you something that's been going on for a long time, and they then repeat it about 3 more times, keeping you pining for more information and some more time to find the answer. Nope, you get this game, and you got it for free in a bundle, then promptly wait until they actually make a new game, and you just want a bit of Doocebo. So I ask, what's the catch? And the answer is there is no catch. It's cool. I like it, and the only problem is you'll probably never find it. That sounds lovely, and I'm sure I'll find
Doocebo.
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 And what's funny is that it never explained what it is.
Nope. It's just, I got it in a game bundle.
To me, like, it would be a great, like a great line for like a trailer for Doocebo.
Yeah.
Doocebo.
This summer, 2 guys eat a sandwich with sunflower seeds in it to get an antihistamine effect. The nutty mix of sunflower seeds and spicy horseradish creates a spooky effect, which somehow causes everyone in the vicinity to experience a headache and immediately feel dizzy, but pain-free in the process. Have fun. Date, Tuesday, 8th of June, 1995, 21:8:57-0500. From Imra Stashendaga. Subject, anyone have any suggestions? Your great uncle in Pakistan has some wisdom. When you suffer an attack of motion sickness on the road, grab a pack of Ipecac or Vicodin and hide them under your seat.
You will. What?
Hide them under your seat.
I love my great uncle.
I'm sorry, it goes into like 2 guys eating a sandwich, and then it's somehow causing a mass effect of dizziness and headaches to some
Which is
lab
relatively
report.
pain-free.
And
Everything about this is great.
What the heck is Doocebo? It's my great uncle in Pakistan.
Yeah, Doocebo. Your great uncle in Pakistan.
My great uncle Doocebo.
My great-uncle Doocebo in Pakistan, although officially a rebel, actually began on March 17th, 1947 in the municipality of Kanpur. After his home was ransacked and looted, his family was forced to flee in the middle of the night. How were his family and supporters able to take refuge in a convent in Mathura, all the way across India? Not by virtue of any agreement that might have been brokered with the British Raj. An agreement that neither they nor the Pakistani government would have considered binding was due to be implemented on July 1st, 1947. The August 15th, 1948 proclamation of independence, in keeping with Nehru's patriotic rhetoric, declared that all land possessed by Muslims of ...
Is this like accurate information?
Probably the bits and pieces, but not the context.
Yeah, nothing about Doocebo.
Now, this might be a hunch, but I wouldn't touch the glowy thingy with the fork. See, we started each zone from the station. And you can jump from any of them if you are struck on a specific spot or just want to explore. Wait, now I suddenly have this great idea of, like, we're coming in on in a helicopter. Because of the difficulty of handling the movement in this game, we recommend that you do not play with a group of people unless you want to have an awkward conversation about how do we get this glass monster out of here. Now, the mask would be very effective as a defensive mechanism, but that requires a bit of firepower. Alright, everybody? Now play now! Oh crud. Looks like we're gonna need some HTML5 capable browser to see this content. Play replay with the sound... Oh, come on!
You just want to know how it continues, don't you?
Sound 0000. Or I'm also imagining the error sound from Windows, the donk.
You're watching the black and white period piece old lady boring movie channel. Is this man, what is he doing? He has to prove he doesn't like the National Football League, you know? He's missing 5 to 8 games because of the suspension and injury, and he's making all of the right decisions. No one else can take this action, right? I mean, can he kick the guy out? Can he sell the one? He does it again. That's what I want to see, you know? That's what I'd like to see. Predicting the NFL, Week 1. Joe Buck hosts. So what makes you think the big dog can take the little dog? Marty Feldman.
What?
Amazing.
How do you go from old lady boring movie channel to NFL predictions? And Joe Buck.
Doocebo stood on the rooftop brooding as he watched over the city he protects with an airship. I'm a bitter man. She realized the situation and she waited. And she made her way to Vane's statue next to Tig. She stopped on the steps to regard the statue. Graal then approached her as she continued to look at a statue. He asked her if she would accept this as her city solution. She told him she did, and they made their way inside Tig's mansion. She found her father alive and well and woke him from his fog, asking him for more than 100 gold he owed him. Graal called him a fool for giving his daughter all the gold and left, and she watched the Fire Tribe sunshine. That was hard to read because it makes no sense whatsoever.
What?
I love the names, though.
Yeah, like, I have no idea where this sentence structure is taking me.
Yeah.
Okay, Doocebo stood on the rooftop brooding as he watched over the city he protects. What are you waiting for, Raven? The red-haired boy whose family name was Raven questioned the raven-haired leader of the Undersiders, her bug-like ears flopping around as she leaned against the skyline. We're finally here. We're done wasting time. Don't waste any more. The tension in the air relaxed a bit as the leader of the fearlessly final...
I love that!
Fearlessly final gathered his men together, sending them over the city. The more than 100 members of the team didn't particularly argue over the matter. It wasn't that they didn't believe in their teammate, but they also knew what the city meant to them. What?
Fearlessly final. Yes, all the
final.
yes to that group name.
The Fearlessly Final.
The Fearlessly Final.
These are the guys that are just doing the like West Side Story.
Heck yeah.
I like how there's the red-haired boy whose family name was Raven.
Question the
And then
Raven here.
Raven-haired leader.
of the Undersiders.
Okay, I'm back.
It's the Undersiders versus the Fearlessly Final. The Flaming Monocle stared at his minions. She whispered, "The magical assistant would be wonderful, but this will do." She walked up to the group and gave them each a coin. Each of the creatures, however, had to find someone they could say no to her. Someone had to find someone that could say no to her. I'd like to ask you to leave my workers. Of course, ma'am. The one that answered nodded at the main person in the group. The other three creatures beside it gave her the go-ahead as well. The large creature picked up a massive piece of machinery. A pair of human limbs, painted black, hefted it on its back. The creature was watching the creatures from... What?
That's a gender bent Flaming Monocle, but hey.
This is fantastic.
What?
This is
I've
amazing.
never drawn that before, ever.
I'm going to like disappear for a second.
Sai, open new canvas.
The Flaming Monocle got his tea and sat down to watch some TV. Charlie sat in the Batcave and made Daphne watch some crappy soap operas. She was a terrible actress, and sometimes when she tried to stand up for herself or Daphne, she just fell on her ass. Suddenly, on the TV, one of them was being taken away to a room by the police. A beautiful woman was missing from her life. She was being charged with murder, but the punishment was far from what the charge has laid out. She was being killed. Her naked corpse was being burned at the stake, and her family was threatened into silence. She's dead. Daphne jumped out of.
What? Changes the channel.
That is great.
That got dark really quick.
She stared at the Flaming Monocle and said, "You're full of it, ain't you? Couldn't you have just said, 'Okay, Harry, so we both got to go'? You don't have to hide your real thoughts, Harry." Hermione had been in love with Harry all her life, before Dumbledore's death and Draco's betrayal. Spoilers. She loved Harry for this.
Spoilers much.
And at this the other night, "I'm going. There's nothing I can do." She got up and walked towards the main door, which she opens as if to speak to Harry, but then turned back towards the Flaming Monocle. Harry stood there in silence, and she knew it was love at first sight. No.
What is Monocle doing?
Oh gosh, we're in Harry Potter
You're spending
fanfic.
way too much time
I
on
know.
fanfiction.com.
We've crossed into the fanfic.
What? Okay.
I'm so sorry, chat.
I'm curious. I think we run this one again and see where it goes again.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I'm
Another one.
curious.
She stared at the Flaming Monocle and said, "Nothing. We better get going. We're not going to get much sleep." "Why would we? If the guards haven't arrived, we'll get caught in the crossfire between those Grim and Vale's nuclear blasts," Ruby snapped. "You're making a lot of assumptions," Yang's sarcastic voice floated over to her. Ruby looked at her in surprise, confused. "I didn't take you for an optimist. You're probably trying to screw with me." "What? Do I make you worried?" Ruby gasped. "I have a plan." She stepped closer to Yang and held her arm in.
So we went from Harry Potter fanfic to Ruby fanfic.
Yeah.
We all love the Flaming Monocle and support him in everything he does. Who would not want to be a writer with him? He has a huge heart, as is evident in his writing. Many people take his style and writing for granted. This is a classic example of good writing. Okay. Myself, I was a fan of Caper Anderson's work before I met Caper, and I have since used many of the works and quotes here to help impress my students. The point is, art, it has the power, and if a work of art has not achieved its potential, it's useful to throw it in the ever-changing world of art. Give people the chance to do so. Caper has a golden future ahead of him, as it should be. What did I just read?
What?
It's words of wisdom.
Well,
Crunch.
Caper Anderson, good on Caper.
Apparently, you just started talking about. It's like, oh yeah, everyone loves to be a writer in Mr. Monocle, blah 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 blah. Anyway, let me tell you about Caper Anderson.
Hold on, is Caper Anderson
Like
a person? No.
Like listening to an old man and a story, tell a story.
You see, the trick is you tell stories that don't go anywhere.
He sat in a cafe and waited for the bad news as his super vegan healthy burger arrived in his post. It was definitely the most delicious burger I've ever had. The patties are to die for, and I tried the vegan gravy. Like every time I eat a vegan burger, I'm always craving the gravy, and this was as good as it gets. He posted on Facebook. Picture Mike. He said it would be a shame to not to share the recipe for the sauces. I've already made this stuff as the cover of an old magazine, and it's more than impressive. We can't wait to try it. Photo Mike N. No, we have some news to share. Now the bad news come.
Now the bad news. His recipe was destroyed.
Yeah, in the fire.
All right. Now let's begin the experiment. I call it up the BBS. Here's what I see. P.S. The Brads don't read this. They're a nerd. Molasses. The honey called for. Bingo. Brian. Copyright. 1998, 2010. Brian D. Anderson is a coder. You'll find more about Brian in his project on his website, http://Brian and.
You gotta redo that again.
Yeah, try another one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, redo. The mission was a success. I just got my sandwich. There's an itch on the back of my neck. There's a dog with me, and I'm riding a skateboard. It's great. So good. I really, really wanted to be a professional skateboarder. Based on this unlikely accomplishments, Longmire considers himself a bona fide professional skater. Tall, lean, long-armed, and seemingly crafted in the image of Tony Hawk. Longmire was on the track for glory as a professional when his board was stolen in 1984, weeks after he debuted in the first free skate competition in Long Beach. The incident ended his skateboarding career and left him in a homeless shelter for several months. So,
It was brutal.
What was it?
It was brutal.
Buy another skateboard, dude.
Or steal one.
Dude.
Or sell your sandwich for a skateboard? I don't know. We love
totally
you,
be up for
Longmire.
that.
Longmire rules.
Doocebo, we cannot forget.
Doocebo.
Yes, Doocebo.
Doocebo.
My uncle in Pakistan.
The great uncle,
Doocebo.
the great uncle Doocebo.
Okay, hold on. I just want to type in Doocebo. What does Doocebo
It
do
is
real quick?
terrible.
Just Doocebo with nothing else.
Okay, alright. This is the last one.
Oh gosh.
Last one, Doocebo.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Already.
Doocebo.
Okay,
So his
Zeshy.
life is filled
Go for
with
it.
action. This, combined with his wild and religious nature, results in him giving several incredible, fake, epic, but important speeches in the show. He's never shied away from hitting the hard shots, as evidenced in Minion episode, and is currently known as the world's best teacher. Trivia. While he was very charismatic, Darcy was often seen using an extra voice to distinguish his or her narrating. It was not to differentiate his tone from the rest of the cast, however. Unlike in the show's air dates, Darcy is absent from Darcy's Bad Day, The Goodbye Party, Big Secrets, and Not Stealing Dar.
Who the heck is Darcy and who the heck is Doocebo?
We still don't know it.
All these questions and more next time.
Next time on
Minion Takeover cast.
Stay tuned to the Friday night movie, The Duchess Approves, starring Sturley Stumblebritches as the Duchess and Crampton St. Rumplefrabble as Erasmus Coxswain, Sergeant Bluggen Humperfumpershire.